Good afternoon. Live in Houston, Texas. Today's topic is the top 5 things you need to know about Fiancé Visa cases, Fiancé Visa pathway. Now, folks, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. We have a lot of information to share with you. My name is John Ting. I'm an immigration attorney here in the United States, physically located in Houston, Texas, helping immigrants all across the world in all 50 states of America. Now, here we're trying to solve immigration problems, share with you what those typical problems are. So hopefully you don't have to face that problem in the first place. Now, folks, thanks for joining live here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. There's so many different channels now. It's kind of nuts. But and we have no idea where y'all are watching. So that's why we're on all these platforms. Anyways, the top 5 things, folks. There's just, there are a lot of things to know about Fiancé Visa, but number one tip that I'm going to start out with, or I don't know if you call it a tip or not, but at least one thing you need to know, right, about Fiancé Visa is that you need to expect that there will be delays. Okay. Delays in a sense that pretty much all the way through your case, unfortunately, because before the pandemic, Fiancé Visa petitions, the I-129F, normally took about 3 to 5 months to process for a decision. Okay. Typically they're approved. Okay. It does require something like a statement of intent to marry. So that's really the second thing you need to know, but not as important these days after the pandemic has started. Okay. Now, the thing is that what to do when there is a delay. Okay. And we've talked about this in prior shows that there is a process called expedite request. You can do that with USCIS. It doesn't cost you anything with if you do it yourself. We also can do it. If you choose the max plan with our team, we don't charge extra for that. Okay. And not everyone is eligible. I guess you could say it's not a separate application or anything, but they do require that you qualify for, it could be like an emergency situation. Of course, everyone can't think that their own situation is an emergency. The most common scenario that we've been able to get expedite request granted by USCIS and National Visa Center is when there's pandemic related concerns or political government concerns, okay, in that country. So yes, you can do it with National Visa Center as well to get that moving along. Now, the second thing you need to know is really, what do you do? What else can you do about a delay? Now, there are some folks that say, well, shoot, I hired my lawyer like 2 years ago, but the case wasn't actually filed. And then we ask, well, when was a case actually filed? Okay. And you can say, oh, a year ago. Then we can't file a lawsuit yet. Okay. Because that would be one possible solution, is to file a mandamus lawsuit, but it doesn't apply to every scenario. Okay. We really look at and ask y'all when we're on the phone or a video conference, what stage are you currently at right now? And how long have you been waiting? Because some people even say, well, I know that National Visa Center asked me for some documents, but I don't know if my lawyer did it. Well, then it's not ready to file a lawsuit because you need to at least provide them those documents. You can't bypass that step and then get scheduled for interview. You have to provide them certain documents for example, if it's a Fiancé Visa case, then to the U.S. Travel Docs website or the AIS website. Okay. The government uses different subcontracted vendors depending what part of the country you're located. So can be a little bit confusing, a little bit frustrating, but we have that all on our website, actually, greencardguys.com. And by the way, folks, if you are looking for more information that I'm not covering today, it's all good. I got you covered. Go to our website, greencardguys.com, and we offer free guides. Okay. It's basically a PDF and save you some time, because you might be busy at work and you just want some information. We do offer free information on our website. Okay. It's one of the most common ones, most popular ones is the mandamus guide. Okay. All you got to do is go to greencardguys.com, scroll all the way down on the website and check it out. Okay, folks. All we ask for is your email, really. Nothing, not a dollar, not a penny for that information. Okay. And let's see. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Appreciate it. And if you enjoy our content, I really appreciate it if you're able to follow us, share, subscribe, bookmark it, especially bookmark the video, especially if you have a friend or someone you know who may have a similar question. Okay. There's just a lot of, people out there sharing information. What we like to do is, fortunately on Facebook and YouTube, we're able to share our screen. So, the source, because I think, there's a lot of people out there, not in addition to lawyers, who are not lawyers and actually make it known that they're not lawyers. And it seems like they're providing good information, but it's not comprehensive. Okay. Because, yeah, you can look at a government website and information could be there, but what does it really mean? That's what we're here to do at greencardguys.com. Really break it down. What does it mean to you? Because, yeah, the websites, of course, they show what the legal requirements are, but what's really going on with the government? Okay. So let me find one of the pages for the travel.state.gov. I'd like to share this website because it has some news on it. And welcome. I see there's a couple questions. Okay. Here. Welcome. Hey, what's going on? Adamjet. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Your asylum case is pending in America. Okay. If you can go to Canada, I don't believe you can get I don't practice asylum full time anymore. Okay. But we do refer those cases out these days. And yeah, there is a form called 131, but I believe you have to be approved for the asylum application first before you could just leave. So yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, because if you just leave, I believe that could abandon your application. So what I mean is, if you leave before even having the travel document 131. Okay, so check that out. Check out the instructions on that. They do have that available on the uscis.gov website. And welcome to the show. Let's see what I can. If you have any questions, happy to point you in the right direction. But for now, let me try to find the page on the government website for the update. Okay, by the way, if y'all didn't know this, the U.S. State Department website, travel.state.gov, if you're thinking about traveling and you do have that ability, the legal ability to travel, check it out, because, you can type in which country you're wanting to travel to, and it'll show you the level of caution, basically, level 1 through 4. Level 4 is like do not travel at all, because there's war or political things going on, political war, I guess you could say. All right. So they have a section here on the U.S. travel website, travel.state.gov. Okay, let me share my screen on YouTube and Facebook. So by the way, if you want to actually see the screen, what I'm sharing, please jump over to greencardguys.tv and you can see it. Okay, this is the latest update, December 2022. It's actually this month. And let me make it a little larger for y'all. Okay, so I'm going to paraphrase for you because it's kind of long. But basically, they're blaming the pandemic again, blaming COVID-19. Sounds familiar, right? Especially in America. People party this, party that. They're just blaming pandemic one way or another. And so here's the deal. Here are the numbers. IV stands for immigrant visa, whose cases are documentarily qualified. Okay. I say documentarily qualified is what I was talking about. And that means, like, you've already provided all the documents, such as like the financial sponsorship form, the pay stubs, things like that. So if you don't get that email saying you're documented qualified and your case is, in queue for the interview, in line for interview, which, by the way, folks, that doesn't mean like you're going to get the interview like next month or even in 6 months. That would be great, but that's not the case. Okay. So that's 411,000 people I think just a couple months ago, actually about 6 months ago, is about like 500,000, 500,000. Okay, so it's pretty ridiculous. Across the world, scheduled for interviews in December 2022 is 23,000. 23,000. I'm sorry, 33,406 people. That may sound like a lot, but they've been playing catch up, so they need to speed it up, folks. It's getting pretty ridiculous. Number of eligible IV immigrant visa applicants still pending scheduling of interview after December 22 people is going to be 377,000. So still a lot of people. It is going down, but I'm sharing this because if you already have a case where it's already petition approved and you're waiting MVC, I wouldn't give too much hope to the scheduling process because every consulate, every embassy is different. Okay, so if it's been at least a year and you're still have been documentary qualified and you have not been scheduled for an interview, give us a call, give us a shout. We'll analyze it to see if it might be worthy to file a lawsuit. But back to the topic of the day, okay, and that is fiance visa cases, the top 5 things you need to know. And so the third information you need to know is it's related to delays. Okay, it's frustrating, I get it, but some people say we have some clients like this where they filed a petition for fiance, it's been processing for several months, let's say 5-6 months, or even 8 months, and we thought, oh, the petition should have been approved, but it's not. But we have plans to get married. So what the heck we're gonna do? Just go ahead. If you're ready, especially if you're already paid a lot of money to get married, whether it's abroad or in the US, you probably want to continue with that ceremony. And so, because the way contracts works these days with these wedding venues, it could be hard to get out of it. Um, so getting married doesn't mean it's going to like nullify or you know, deny your fiance visa petition. I think that is a misconception that some of y'all have, but actually it will still continue through the process. But what you do need to do, okay, is file another petition. I know it's frustrating, but file a petition based on marriage, okay, even though you may already file the fiance visa petition. So it's a different form, I-130, and yes, it can take just as long in terms of the petition. But the reason to do that is because you want to see which one is going to be faster in terms of scheduling the interview. So even though you already filed a fiance petition, visa petition, who knows? Maybe your marriage petition could get sped up for the interview because ultimately across the world, has more priority than the K1 fiance visa petition. Okay, so hopefully that helps give a little context. Of course, that's something that's not necessarily on the website. I know when it was President Trump administration, it was very clear on the website that marriage cases were prioritized, but now that's not so clear. So it's just kind of muddied up. But based on what we see, based on colleagues we talk to, marriage cases are still prioritized. Okay, folks, even though it is good. My voice. I'm just sharing a lot of information here that starting to lose my voice or a little crack here. So, all right, on to some questions. But by the way, folks, if you're new to our channel, welcome to greencardguys.tv. Give us a follow if you don't mind. Follow for more tips, and also smash the hearts. Okay, smash the like button if you enjoy the way we share information. I think it's quality information, but I'm not sure unless I get some likes. So I appreciate it. And let's see, because I have so much to share and trying to prioritize myself for y'all. Okay, what kind of information to share with y'all? So I see some questions. Okay, Makan on YouTube. You mentioned depression, anxiety, insomnia are they extraordinary circumstances? If I don't know what situation you're talking about. Are you talking about like expedite request? It could be for medical reasons if you frame it that way. They don't necessarily ask for documentation to prove it for expedite request, but they can after. Sometimes they just approve it outright. Like if it's very clear that it meets their guidelines, like because of the pandemic, the restriction quarantine. But if it's not so clear to them, then they will ask you for more information. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean by extraordinary circumstances for that situation. Okay, Makan, but you're welcome to add more comments there if I'm wrong. Dwayne, okay, what's going on, Dwayne? Your prior date was last year, okay, and you're documented to qualify, paid all the fees, great. Okay, and you're waiting for the interview since September 28th. What are my thoughts? Thanks for sharing that, Dwayne. I think you may have shared that the other day. I'm sorry if I didn't get to it. September 28th. Yeah, it's December now, so it's been a what? If my math is correct, 4 months. 3 months? 3 months, yeah, 3 months. So I would say it's still too soon. Okay, Dwayne, don't file a lawsuit yet. I would probably wait at least 6 months, minimum 6 months. And which country is that, Dwayne? Just curious, if you don't mind sharing with us. Mohammed, what's going on? Have a great day. Thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate it. All right, Dwayne. Yeah, if you're still on, Dwayne, please share which country that is, so we all have a better idea of like kind of because the government doesn't. They don't the consulates and the embassies. They don't share like a schedule. Basically, they're not going to tell you like, oh, hey, we're going to guarantee we're going to see like 10 people in one day. And the other thing I've been hearing about, every consulate embassy is different, but we always prepare our clients to bring a certain amount of evidence just in case, because especially before, officers didn't require that much, but lately the visa officers are asking for random stuff that's already part of the file. So it's frustrating, right? So we always prepare our clients for the worst case scenario to bring certain documents, and especially to fill out that form DS-5535, the wretched, ridiculous form that I don't think is necessary. 15 years of addresses? That's just ridiculous. Why would they need to know that? And of course, a lot of y'all, everyone that calls us says, I don't have any criminal history. Like, why would they need to know all this information? Why do they need to know all my social media accounts? And they don't even, what the crazy part is? They don't ask everyone to do this, because if they were to ask everyone to do it, why not require this application to be provided before the visa interview? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this form, DS-5535. It is slowing people down from getting their visa. And people have no idea, and I don't know either. I don't know why they're being told to fill out this form, and then no one in the world knows how long you're going to have to wait for a response. Everyone's thinking, oh, no problem. I'm gonna get a response like in a week or tomorrow after I give them the form today. I'm sorry, folks. That's not how it is, unfortunately. Some of y'all might be lucky, okay? But I'm very sorry for the folks that have been waiting. It's not your fault. Your case is not bad, okay? It doesn't mean you're not eligible. It's as if the government, the visa officers, like just randomly picking people, okay, to have to do this. It's just, I don't know what's triggering the system. Our team is going to find out more information. And then once we do, we'll definitely let you know. Okay, folks? Let's see here. Thanks for joining. What's going on, folks? Thanks for joining the club. Y'all are shy today. Not as many questions. Okay. Well, another thing to know about Fiancé Visa cases is, do I need there we go. Do I need to show income from the prior years? What if my income was low or didn't have a job because pandemic? Maybe I wanted to chill out for a bit because of the pandemic. I didn't want to get, contract COVID-19, or I just want to chill out in general. I don't care about COVID, but I want to chill out. It's okay. The government actually does not require you to show income from the prior years. Yes, you do have to write it down from your tax return. But of course, if you didn't have any income, you wouldn't need to file a tax return. Okay. In U.S. tax return. So what they care about is the current income, that you have some kind of job source of income. It doesn't mean you have to actually work, believe it or not. That's the great thing about America. You could find ways to have passive income where you don't have to do like manual labor in that sense. So that's the tip for folks who want to live in America, I guess. There's more flexibility in that sense, fortunately. Still got to pay your taxes though. So, because that will come up when you apply to become a U.S. citizen in the future. All right. So, I guess this will be fifth. I've lost track. I just have so much to share. The fifth thing you need to know about fiance visa cases is that it's again related to delays, related to getting married. But okay, maybe I have a bonus tip after this. But if you are considering to get married, even if you didn't, get arrangements or you're like, screw this fiance visa, let's get hitched, okay? Let's get married. But we don't have the money or whatnot to get married outside America. That's okay. There is a state in America where you can get married remotely. It has been accepted by the US government, USCIS. So even if you didn't step foot into that state of Utah, by the way, it's not in every county because marriage licenses are um, have the authority by the county to issue. Okay, so it's Utah. As a hot tip, if you're on this channel, you know to stay all the way to the end. It's Utah County in the state of Utah, America, USA. Check it out. Of course, if you contact us, we'll email you the links and all that you need to know. We'll keep it easy for you. But we want to make sure that you have the proper information so you can come to America, okay? Because a lot of people have been waiting. Some people have told me that they've applied for a visitor visa thinking that that was the way to go, the pathway, so they can come here and then get married. No, my friends, there's another way. Okay, you can get married remotely. Maybe you can in your country outside America. I don't know your rules, but even if you get married in your country and that was remote as well, that's still accepted by the US government. Okay, we have something called reciprocity in the law. If it's accepted in your jurisdiction, in your country, your region, it is accepted in America. Okay, of course, it has to be a legal document. Please don't create any fake documents, please. We've been having a couple calls recently about fake documents. Actually, not because of the person, the caller, but because of the parents. Okay, so if you have that situation, you probably need to submit a request for FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, to find out more information in the past. We don't want the past to haunt you. Oh man, I should have done that for like Halloween. That would have been a good one. All right, so let's see here. We're at the 22-minute mark. I have to go to a meeting soon, but let's see. What's the bonus tip? I guess that meant to be the bonus tip. Um, let's see. Any questions in the meantime? Hit me up. Okay, hit us up. Ting Law Group. Okay, greencardguys.com. Okay, I got a question here on YouTube. Let's see what you got. MB, hello. Your husband is currently on the ISAP monitor. I'm sorry about that. You were advised to try to file a motion to reopen, okay? Because you had a removal order from 2007 in Cleveland, the court over there, and over the weekend he was assaulted at your rental property. Okay, he's been checking. I'm sorry to hear about your husband. Hope he's doing better. Hopefully soon. He's been checking at night because your new tenants were afraid of people coming on the property at night, possibly trying to break in. This has been an issue for you and has been reported many times. Okay, so it sounds like your husband is like the property manager or something like that. If you stepping out these tenants, how long ago was this assault? Because have you considered something called? Have you heard? I was just reading the comments again. Have you heard of something called U visa? Some people don't know about it, so that's why I just want to make sure. Okay, so U visa is for victims of crimes, and it sounds like that it's possible for your husband, okay, to file for that. Hopefully, it wasn't too long ago. Most people think that it has to be, there is a form, there's a step called certification, 918B, that does need to be signed by law enforcement, or it doesn't have to, so it doesn't have to be police. It could be sheriff department, whoever was authorized to investigate the case, like the detective. But if they don't sign it and the case proceeds to trial, they find the guy, then district attorney's office can sign off on it, and then the judge. Okay, some like even in my This is a tip for you, Visa, is that we've had a judge sign off on one of those when he or she was not the actual judge for the case, because it can show in the history that clearly the foreign national immigrant applicant was cooperating. Okay, now it doesn't always require that you testify, but you need to be available to testify, be willing to testify. Okay, so that demonstrates cooperation. Okay, but yeah, the first step, since you just said it was last weekend. Okay, MB, thanks for being vulnerable to share this on a public forum. They said it was battery. So battery would be included in the list of qualifying crimes for U visa. And there's actually at the very bottom of the list on the USCIS website, it has a section where it says other qualifying crimes. So we can make the legal argument for the other folks that see something that's not on the list. Okay, that might be okay. Oh my goodness, he was knocked unconscious and bleeding from the mouth. Okay, well, I hope he's getting all the medical treatment that he needs, and we're just here on standby if you need any pointers. My goodness, so sorry to hear that. Hopefully the other tenants are able to see something. Hopefully there's some cameras, but if there's no cameras, if there are cameras, you definitely need to save that recording as soon as possible, because sometimes it, what do you call it? It like records over for new content. So check that out. Check out with the property management on that one. Folks, if there's no cameras where you live, it's very easy to buy one. Especially, I'm not trying to promote Amazon, but we all know it's easy to buy things, dangerously so easy to buy things on Amazon. So just get that set up, especially if you think someone is, going to come back and do something bad. So especially all those domestic violence survivors, stay strong and get cameras, okay? Because that would help with evidence too, of course. Let's see what else. So yeah, these days I think there's ones you could just stick on there, and if you're like curious that you are not able to install it yourself, there's several websites out there where people can, I don't know, you pay someone like $50, I guess, to install something. I think thumbtack.com is one company, one website. There's a couple other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think there's one called like Home Advisor, but that's more for like bigger projects. So anyways, there are options. Don't think you're alone in this. You can get things done and get protected. Okay, you need to have a safety plan. So hopefully no witnesses. I'm sorry, MB. Okay, well, hopefully those law enforcement officers will take your husband, you and your husband, seriously on this case. All right, folks. Well, if you're new to our channel, you might not have known this. We do offer free 15-minute preliminary discussion, and really just try to point you in the right direction. There's no obligation to hire us. We've noticed that people want information, right? And that you may have your own lawyer now, but we get a lot of calls where people have a lawyer right now, but they're frustrated. They're frustrated that their law firm won't call them back. Now, of course, if it's like yesterday, you called them and they haven't called you, it's been like 12 hours. That's a little bit different. But a lot of people that call us say, it's been like 6 months. They haven't updated me. Now, I'm going to admit we're not perfect, but we just had a 2-day retreat with the team. Everyone enjoyed it. You can look at my LinkedIn. I talked about it. And I'm very thankful for my team that they understand our mission, what we're trying to do, help people get legal status to live and work in America legally, despite what Republicans think. We want, everyone I know wants to get legal status. And of course, you have to be eligible. And unfortunately, some people are not eligible. Like, for example, one person called in, had a consultation today. I felt so bad for them. They pay like 3 different lawyers, and they were all sitting on the case, didn't do anything. But now we know why. It's because they weren't eligible. So why would a lawyer offer a contract or a quote to guide you when there was nothing they could do? So that's very frustrating. So honestly, when people chat with us, I always say, you should get another opinion. Or if I'm like already the 5th law firm, then maybe you don't need another opinion. So there's one call that someone said I was a 20th one. So that was heartwarming. I really thought that was nice. They considered me to be the 20th one. But I really do think it's important. it's kind of like legal is kind of like medical in the sense that if a doctor told you needed some kind of surgery where there's pros and cons to it, or symptoms or side effects, I'm sure you would want to get a second or third opinion. I would think so. That's what I recommend, honestly, having lived in America and going through the healthcare system here. Always get a second or third opinion. Okay. I recommend it. Now, I know some of y'all call really trust us, and I appreciate that. You check out our reviews. But again, any information that we can help with, like someone called last month and asked, how do we know for sure that you're legit, like you're a lawyer, right? I don't have my license up here; it's in my office, but you can go to texasbar.com and you can find my information there. You can see my license number. There's other reviews. Through the reviews, you can tell if I'm legit or not. Hopefully the Google profile page. So there's a bunch of information out there, but texasbar.com is the best location to make sure that we're legit. Okay, folks. So I appreciate it. Today is Friday, so enjoy your weekend. It's going to be pretty chilly out here in Texas, so stay warm. If you're in Cali or Florida, I'm a little jelly. All right, folks. Talk to you soon and have a wonderful weekend. Take care.